Good afternoon, paramedics. Not on the discussion boards this week. I've had a fair bit through on. I've had a fair bit through on the email system, and I've had some good ideas too. I've had a couple of drafts through. Now, I want to say this on drafts. Look, if you're going to send me drafts, right, and drafts are welcome, put them in, turn it in. Yeah. If you put it in, turn it in, then, and you successfully do it, then I can go to bed of a night confident that you are comfortable in the use of turn it in. Yeah. Otherwise, if you leave it until the day of submission, then I won't quite know whether or not you're used to handing your work in that way, or whether this is going to be your first time. Because the nightmare scenario for me is 5 to 4 on December the 16th, telephone call where somebody says, I can't get my work in, it's not allowing me, it's giving me this error message and I don't understand it because I'm rubbish with computers, me. So I don't mind you emailing me. Email me and say, look, Chris, there's a draft waiting for you, then turn it in. Would you take a look at it? That's fantastic, yeah? But just so I know that you can use the system. Next thing, extensions, right? Extensions. You can always go for a 2-week extension. My advice is not to, yeah? But you can always go for it, because what I mean by that is that usually, if a person's running into trouble meeting the deadline, then there's often a case for the person going for extenuating circumstances. And the thing about extenuating circumstances is the downside is you've got to present evidence. You've got to show doctor's notes and appointments and, manager's letters. You've got to have some sort of evidence to support a claim for extenuating circumstances. But if you do, then you can more or less choose when you want to put your work in yourself. Yeah, you've got to take account of the fact that if you're really having trouble getting your work in by December the 16th, 2 extra weeks over Christmas, are you really going to be going, Christmas Eve, I'm glad I've finished wrapping the kids' presents, I can go and do a bit of work on my essay now. It doesn't sound likely, does it? So think about it. If you are in trouble and you don't think you're going to make the deadline, then extenuating and mitigating circumstances is always a possibility. But every year they tighten up on it, and you will need to have a bit of to show why it's okay for you to put your work off, but everybody else should put theirs in on the correct date. That's the sort of thing that's required. So I've mentioned turn it in. I've mentioned extensions. Hey Lee, don't take it too seriously what I say, mate. It's only taking the mickey out of you. I think you thought I was being a bit harsh there, but I wasn't really. Although it is easy to log on to our systems. Yeah. Right. Good ideas so far for essays, gotta say, and of all the courses that I run, I think that the essays I get off the paramedics are the most interesting because they just tell such an interesting sort of story about life on the front line, So yours are the ones I look forward to, and they are a real mixed bag as well. You never know quite what the next essay is going to be about. Some essays that I get, I can close my eyes and tell you what's going to be in the next paragraph. But UCrowd, on the other hand, whole other story. Complete bag of cats comes in. Next thing is I'm going to start pestering you about evaluations soon. The university are dead keen that we get your opinion on this stuff. So this time, what occasionally happens, if it's a face-to-face group, I stand on the door and I don't let people out until I've got an evaluation form. Yeah. Now I know that kind of infringes human rights and all the rest of it, but that's the way it's got to be done. You lot, on the other hand, you're all at a distance, so I can't kind of pressurize you in the same sort of way. But I have your email address, and if I get one back from you, if I get an evaluation form back from you, all well and good. If I don't, I'll gently remind you 3 times, 4 times a week that I need it, and we'll see how that system works. Only jokingly. Aside from that, there was nothing on the discussion board this week. So apart from that, I haven't really got much to say. So at 5 minutes 50, I'm going to say see you soon.